I'm not going to read these out loud, by the way.
I wasn't done yet. No, I'm just kidding.
So overall, we have overwhelmingly have received very good reviews of the way that we've implemented the Going Rogue system and enhancing the player experience and introducing the concept of a superhero MMO to new players. And it's just been an amazing experience. So the Going Rogue era, so those statistics that I was talking about. So what I did, we're now like 6-7 weeks post Going Rogue launch. So 1 month post Going Rogue launch, I ran some reports, and they were interesting. We ran some sporadic reports in between, but we wanted to get 1 month of solid data to find out what was going on. So 1 month after launch, over 750 characters logged in. I mean, that's not players, but characters. I mean, players are so excited. It's new characters, existing characters. Thousands, 750,000 characters just slammed our servers. Of that, 200,000 Praetorians were created. You know, and that's amazing. And 150,000 new heroes and villains were created. And those primarily were probably targeted the new power sets that we introduced: dual pistols, kinetic melee, electric control, and demon summon. So, you know, the players were having a lot of fun. And one of the amazing statistics, so at one of our prior panels, we revealed that loyalists were actually villains and resistance were heroes. At the back in the developers' mind. And what we've known is that when City of Heroes launched and when City of Villains launched, our player populations were not 1-to-1. I can tell you what that statistic was, but it wasn't 1-to-1. But with the City of Heroes Going Rogue expansion, our players were split right down the middle. And what we've achieved is we made it actually really cool to be a villain, right? And that's awesome. And players were just choosing, like, yeah, I want to be loyalist. I want to be the guy to, you know, support the dictatorship. And,
Yeah, but as we've kind of made mention with Going Rogue, I mean, not all villains are evil and not all heroes are good. You've got your sub-factions, so.
Yeah, but hands down. Awesome. I mean, we are sitting on a ton of data, and I'm just like going through that with a fine-tooth comb, and we're getting some amazing statistics about like gender choices of some of these new characters. It's which, you know, is invaluable because, you know, we continue to develop new content, new costume pieces, new arms, and it's kind of fun to find out what our players like. And City of Heroes Going Rogue, the expansion, is, you know, was our greatest opportunity to relaunch the game to new players and existing players, and getting that month of data and even beyond is so important because we can actually use it to help us decide how we want to shape the game in the future.
I kind of feel like Eeyore next to you, Jesse.
Well, here's
like a cool card.
Here's your opportunity to talk, because even though you have only one data point on this,
it goes on for a while, I promise you.
Trust me.
Let's hear about some new stuff.
Let's hear about some new stuff. So, issue 19, what's it called? Who came up with this title? Me? I came up with this title. You're welcome. So, Alpha Strike. What's an Alpha Strike? Well, first of all, you've got your Alpha Slot story unlock, and this was something that players were kind of asking for. They kind of wanted to know, what is the Alpha Slot? Why am I interested in it? And what does it take to become an incarnate? And so the Alpha Slot is the very first slot in your adventure as an incarnate. It's the first one that you experience, and it's just one of several. And so in this unlock arc, you actually meet a new Mender. You meet Mender Ramiel. Now, he is not the strongest of the Ouroboros, but he has, he's got the line on incarnates. He is an expert in the field of incarnates. And what he's done is he's approached you, and he wants you on the path to incarnate a little bit sooner because he sees something in the future, just in the future time stream, and he wants to avert it. So there's something bad coming, and he wants you to kind of jump in and solve it. And so you're going to find out, you know, what your involvement is and how you stand up in comparison, which is to say you're better. And so, like I said, this is where you start your adventure. You start with the story arc, and that's where it all begins. You get all your information there.
So again, if some of you aren't aware, the incarnate system is...
Oh yeah. So if you're level 50, is anybody level 50 here? Okay, I'm really new. Okay, I see. So yeah, this is your level. This is your your incarnate system. This is like the elder game of City of Heroes. So this is what you guys have been waiting for. So for you people who've had your characters and you wanted something to do with them and you want a reason for being, we're now giving that to you.
So some of the things in the alpha slot. I mean, this is so exciting.
He's vibrating his chair, you can tell.
It makes your character really powerful, and it's just one of the first steps. It is just the peek into a vast system that players are, you guys are going to embrace this stuff because it's so cool stuff. Really.
It's amazing. Who's that guy? Pop quiz. Who is he?
Apex.
Apex, yeah, that's my guy. Anywho, so we actually don't have just one task force in issue 19. We actually have two. The first one is the Apex task force. So I bet when Apex, if anybody remembers this quote, said level 15 scrapper looking for team, he had no idea that we would be contacted by Lady Grey of the Vanguard. And basically his resourcefulness was put to the test as he did a little bit of digging on Pretoria and coal and the resistance. Because he wanted to forestall an attack on Primal Earth from the Praetorians, and so he basically did a lot of, subversive little taxes to find out more about the Praetorians and what Emperor Cole's ultimate plans were, so that if there was an invasion or an attack, he could put together a strike force and form a defense. And by the way, if you're going to do the Apex task force, we highly recommend, because this is an incarnate task force, we highly recommend that you have your alpha slot slotted. If you don't, you can still participate in it, but I guarantee you will be spending a lot of time face down in the dirt. Maybe it's just me, maybe because I forgot to slot it. I died a lot, but it was really, really challenging. So if you guys think you can just, breeze through these task forces, think again. So these actually are happening in Kings Row and Steel Canyon. These are the battlegrounds. They're kind of cool the way we've kind of given them some treatment, and so you can kind of see what we've done with the maps, for your island maps, to participate in these task forces.
So really, this is...
And they're amazing. He's going to say it.
This is the Praetorian invasion of Primal Earth. They are about to try to set foothold on Earth. It's like, you know what? Get your alpha slots and just fight them off, because it's going to be...
Amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. Hey, let's watch a trailer. If you were here at the party last night, you might have seen it, but if you did not get to see it, this is the trailer we revealed last night. It's the world premiere.
So I'm going to pause it at...
Rated T for teens.
Yeah, good.
I'm going to pause it at certain points, and I'm going to point to
That's us.
See the feet of that guy?
Are they not large?
I mean, if you can get the sense of scale, to the right are the warwalkers that we introduced in Golden Road.
You guys wanted Praetorian giant monsters? Here you go.
Ouch.
That's big. You see those little swords?
best title ever.
I want to point out, so this scene, if you can tell in the background, that's actually Metropolis, that's Neuron's Tower. And that portal,
Where are they going?
that portal graphic is where they want to go into Primal Earth. But that scene actually is from the other task force that we were talking about, and it was just
Cool.
kind of cool.
Talk about that right.
And we're gonna tell them
after
that
this.
you're gonna say.
But we put this in there because it was cool. I just wanted to clarify for anybody who's reposting this on YouTube or something.
It comes with Jesse's commentary.
That's not in the Apex task force. It's in issue 19, just not in this task force. Those little Hydra things, those are cool too.